Welcome to the AK Show. I am your host, Aimmee Kodachian, not Kardashian. On this show, we encourage and empower humanity through inspiration, knowledge, and education. I have an amazing guest with me, Audra Hajj.
Yep.
And she is a good friend of mine.
Aww.
And she has an amazing, inspirational story. But today she's going to help us how to see the impossible and turn it to possible.
Absolutely.
And that is amazing what you have done in your life. And not only in your life, you knew how to turn it around to help others, many people.
Aww.
And that is such an inspiration story to my heart. I really admire you for doing that. So welcome to the show.
This is what happens when kindred spirits get together, because your story has done the same. That's why it was magic, and we can call one another friends because it was just magical.
Absolutely, I appreciate that. So tell me a little bit about yourself. You're an author. You don't need to tell me, I know you, but we need to tell them what you have done, where you're at now, and then we're gonna take them back where you came from so they could be shocked and surprised.
Oh wow, all right, all that, and how much time do we have? So yes, I am an author. My first book was The Internet Ignition. And I'm very excited because I was, through my life, able to work with companies. And when I work with the companies, I was really trying to express to them that your why is what makes you different. It's not your product, it's not your service, it's your why, and that will bring money.
Absolutely. So you mean your why? It's yourself, who you are.
Yep.
That's the why you were born with. This is the deep. If you stop and think about it, not just in the surface, what is your why right now, the deep why.
Well, I'll tell you something amazing in business is a lot of times when you start a business, you find a product or a service that's going to make someone's life better. Mm-hmm. Then all of a sudden you start working and you go and there's payroll and employees and insurance and all these different things. And one day you look up as a business owner and you realize, I forgot my why. It's all business now, and the passion leaves them. And what ends up happening is their sales go down, their morale, their culture. And what my organization has done for over 3,000 clients is we go back in, we either start a new business or we restructure that business, bring back their why, and beautiful. Everything changes in their business again.
That's beautiful. So basically you go in and you polish them. You bring them back to life.
Absolutely.
Because they're feeling choked and down and with all this responsibility, and they feel like it's almost impossible to get to where I need to be because I am so stuck into place. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. So you have a service which 3,000 clients to help, that is a lot of clients.
It is.
And each one of those clients, they have employees. So you have touched a lot of people's life.
I never thought of it that way.
Yes. That way, right? You
yes.
See? It's each one of those, they have 10, 15, 20 employees or whatever it might be. They have to keep their jobs because of your passion, because of what you're doing.
Aww.
So that's a lot to me. That's a beautiful thing.
You know, it's so funny that you mention that because one of the things that I talk about all the time is the top ramen CEO. So I know you have a lot of entrepreneurs that watch your show, and that basically is the business owner who makes sure that their employees have steaks every night on their table. They pay them first, they give everything they have, even if they have to eat top ramen that night.
Oh yeah, I know a couple of people like that.
You know a couple?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Recently someone was very popular. He was sharing his story, inspiration story, and he was sharing how much he was struggling, but to make sure he pays his employees.
Absolutely.
I could say his name, but I'm not sure if he wants me to. But he was sharing it on Facebook.
Wow.
You know, he's sharing it, and that was very inspiration. And we know because if you're an entrepreneur,
yep.
you feel this is your baby. And then when you have a baby, you have a brother and sister, and each one of those people are doing to help the baby, right?
Absolutely.
And then when your employees, which is your family, raising that baby, you want to make sure they're healthy. right? So become your family.
Absolutely.
I can understand that. And so you take them, you tell them, okay, this is your passion,
Yep.
and I'm going to help you organize it. Is that what you do?
Yeah,
Tell
so
me a little
basically
bit
we
more.
have several different services. I have 317 employees, and I have offices overseas and local. And what we do is we go in and we say, okay, we can't do what you do. You have the passion, the vision for your business,
The experience.
the everything. But what we can do is provide your marketing, your operations, all the services that it takes to run a business.
Get you on the right track.
Let me take those away from you,
Yes.
and at that moment, you blossom.
And I know you're going to be helping me now. because-
Absolutely, I'm hoping so.
Yes. So it's,
If I can keep up with you, let me tell you.
well, because I'm going to the next level in my career in whatever I'm doing to empower humanity, and it gets to a point we all need help. I mean, you can't grow by yourself. You
Right.
need to have someone who you could trust and talk to.
Right.
And I could talk to you, and then I could relate to you. So there's a lot of things I want to learn from you, and you're able to help me to get to where I need to be. When we come back from commercial, we are going to talk about what can you do, how can you help them, and also I want to share some of your story, because if you hear her story, you will be inspired not to quit what you're doing and not to allow anyone to tell you what to do in your life. And she's gonna give you literally hope to see your life in a whole different perspective. You haven't seen anything yet. She haven't shared anything yet. So I can't wait for us to come back from commercial. I promise you, you will be inspired. We'll be right back.
Snap-on dentures will change your life. And at Smiles Today Dental, we now offer the lowest price in town. Mini dental implants can stabilize your loose dentures permanently. Call Smiles Today Dental for a free consultation.
Thank you for calling Denim Revival.
Hate to say goodbye to your favorite jeans? Well, now you don't have to, because Denim Revival is here for you. Mail us your jeans and our professionals will fix it right up. We offer you all kinds of alteration services, including invisible repairs, let-outs, taperings, and original hemming, or even have your own custom-made jeans. Quoted the best denim repair shop by GQ, Vogue Magazine, and LA Times. Denim Revival, your search for alteration and repair ends here.
And to you it ain't pretty little thing, how your baby.
Okay, we are back, and I promised you you're gonna be inspired. So we're gonna dig deeper a little bit later on for business, what she's gonna share with us, some secrets. But for you to understand the value and listening to her story, you are going to really take everything she's telling you into consideration, so you could take your life to the next level where you're at. I would love for them, because I know your story, obviously, that's why you inspired me, but I would love them to hear more about your story, and probably something I didn't probably know too much about it.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit how you grew up.
So my life was definitely maybe out of the norm. I went to 32 foster homes
Now, did you hear that? 32.
By the time I was 10 years old.
Wow.
And, you know, I gotta say, if I could rewind time, I wouldn't have changed a thing.
Isn't that beautiful?
Well, I'll tell you why, is because one of the things that happened was I got to experience people. I got to live in cultures, different religions, different traditions,
Perspective, yeah.
different perspectives, but not only from here, I lived inside of their homes. And it gave me an opportunity to really understand people, but the gift it truly gave me is the gift to be able to change. How many people out there struggle with change?
Oh, it's the biggest struggle.
It's so
Change
scary.
is very scary.
Yeah. And so what it did
Yeah.
is I had this opportunity to go into these families, see them, be who I thought was going to be the best possible person, be that perfect child for them, But then I moved to the next home. But it wasn't until I got older, when I was 18 years old, I actually got a letter in the mail. And the letter in the mail asked me if I wanted to sue the state. I was like, sue the state? What are they talking about? Well, it turned out they were using me as a foster child to test foster homes. So if they were great foster parents, they got an amazing child that came after me. If they weren't so good, they were taken out of the system.
Wow. Wow. But that's exactly what happened to you, is you felt, okay, now this has happened to me. Let me apply that to my life. Let me apply how to teach people how to do change in their life, and the lessons that you learn throughout your journey. What a beautiful thing. Would you agree there is two kind of people? I mean, all of them could really shift their perspective, and I hope you will shift. One person would say, this is my story, and I'm stuck in my story. And the other person would say, this is my story, but I'm gonna take what I learned from my story and take it and apply it to my life.
Absolutely. You know, and I'm not sure if even, I want to challenge, this is my story. This is just a chapter. The story is yet to be written. And if you let
If you allow it,
if you
yes.
let that chapter dictate the rest of your
Yes.
life, you've missed on the life journey. And that life journey is magical.
So it could do either way.
Yeah.
Like I say, life either could break you or make you.
Absolutely.
It's which one is it? You told life, it's gonna make me, it's not gonna break me.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And then you took it
And at
turned
times
it
wrestled
around.
it down to the ground to make
Yes.
sure that we could do that.
and this is what you did. You took your obstacles,
Yep.
and then you turned them into an opportunity to go out there and speak people's languages, because now you learned
Yes.
how to talk to them
In a whole different way.
in a
But
whole different way.
you know, even more than talk to them, I learned how to listen.
That's beautiful.
How many of us truly know how to listen?
That is the big struggle. I'm noticing this, and more, listening is the problem.
Right.
It's a huge problem. Thank you for sharing that.
Absolutely.
Listening is the huge problem. You talk to them, they don't pay attention to what you're saying,
Right.
or the directions, or what you're telling them.
Right.
And that's a huge, absolutely.
You know, as a matter of fact, what is really exciting to me is I impact the masses. My vehicle is business. There are so many people out there who have so many opportunities to impact their communities, their family, in their own way. And one of the things I've been able to do is I have a business starter package. So 3,000 clients, would you imagine that they've taught me a lot?
Of course. I mean, that's another, you learned here, and then you learn more here, and then now you're master. I mean, you went to college now, right?
I went to the Hard Knocks College, let me tell you.
You're a professor, you're teaching in college right now. I mean, life was a school, and then you went to college, and now you're teaching in college. It's amazing, the experience. Why do you think I want your help? Do you think I'm just gonna get your help just because? No, because you paid your dues.
You know-
you paid your dues to learn all that.
You know, I think the blessing that I have is there are moments in life where you work. Okay, let's get real. Is it okay? Can we be real?
Yeah, we have
okay,
to
let's
be real on
real.
this show. We have to be.
So there's times in your life where you work for money.
Yeah,
I am blessed now where now I get to work for the mission.
that's.
And by
what it is.
dedicating myself to the mission, the money just comes. And one of the things I did was sitting down and looking at all of these 3,000 clients. I'm going to say something to every business owner out there, and don't take offense.
Yeah.
But my systems, if you think about business, 80% of business is the same. The 20% is that magical why and that thing that the business owner brings, like someone like you. The dynamic, the vision, the story that you have. But the business part of it, that's not sexy. That's
No.
not fun, right? And I took this system and I said, what can I do to bring the entrepreneur back?
Let them enjoy
Let them
what
not,
they're doing.
And not only that, but how can I dilute big business? And bring in the entrepreneur and say, let me take back a lot of our economics. So I built a program, and it is an LMS system for new business owners where we actually have 12 modules, 60 lessons. We put them through this program, and they get their website, their business plan, their branding, and most people would say that's enough. No way. Because as a business owner, the next part of what you need is money knowledge. Why do the rich stay rich generation after generation? They're taught money. So in my program, you learn money, the right kind, the wrong kind, how to grow your business. We bring you interest-free money for 18 months, and then we actually will help you become debt-free by the time we launch your business.
Wow, you actually finance too.
We do the financing, we work with them, we get them debt-free, but then we take them through a launch program and we bring it out to the masses and say, these are the products, these are the services. Here's the magical part about that.
Okay.
Sometimes that data comes back where you thought that you had these flowers you were selling, and it turns out that people will pay double the amount for something totally different, but it looks just like this. That product market fit is really what people need. Then we work and we say, okay, what's the next level? Let's put you in front of investors.
No. We're gonna have to go on break.
Okay.
And when we come back, we're gonna talk more about this, because a lot of people have their why, they're struggling right now,
Yep.
or whatever it might be, or they want to take their life to the next level, and they don't have finance to do that.
Yep.
Okay.
Or they have the wrong kind of
Or the
finance
wrong
that they
kind of
owe
finance.
forever. Or they
Exactly.
lose their family and friends over their
Yes.
finances.
So what we need to do is, when we come back, we're gonna give them knowledge more about that. How's that sound? And
Sounds
we
great.
will be right back. Before we go deeper, I really want to introduce you to something what she's done amazing that inspires me even more. Because what you have done, you took whatever you are teaching, this 3,000 businesses, and you took that and you turn it into, there is another part of your business is a nonprofit.
But wait, there's more.
There is more, right? Okay, now this short video is gonna show you all about that. That is beautiful. Can you tell us more about this?
I can. So here's what happened. Life is such a beautiful journey. And when we step out of the way and let something more guide us than our own opinions and where we think we should go, things like that happen. So here's what happened. I sat down and I had written this program, and I met an amazing man. And he was a veteran. And he stepped into my life, and as you saw in the video, military and law meets business and marketing.
Beautiful.
We brought this together, and he looked at my program and he said, oh my goodness, if I'd only had this, my business would still be here. And as I was talking more, my son's a veteran as well, he's a veteran, and as we were sitting there, I said, you know, how about we make a brand new era of entrepreneur? Imagine an era where we took veterans that had skill sets such as being able to make a decision under duress, no man left behind. They have leadership, they have all these amazing skills, but the one thing that was breaking my heart is that they were actually put into this, basically this prejudice group. Anyone who comes out because you're a veteran,
like that means you don't know anything besides being a veteran.
And you come out,
right?
You might be damaged, you might be broken. There's PTSD. There's all these. Well, no, there are many of them that come out and they have the opportunity.
But they're lost because there is no program like yours.
They're like invisible.
Right?
No one sees them. They're just put into this bucket and left. So I sat down with him, we rewrote this program, we mapped business terms and the military mind, put it into this program, and launched a nonprofit.
Wow.
And by the way, that man was so amazing, I married him.
Oh my goodness.
I I was not going to let him get away.
He is amazing. He is amazing. But I mean, you really went into knowing your son and then now
Yep.
your husband.
Yep.
So you're getting the insights, what they were struggling
Absolutely.
with, and what was going on in their life. And then they're looking for a light. They're looking for hope. Because
Absolutely.
all they know is sit there. They have passion, but they don't know what to do with it because it's completely different life.
Even worse, there are tons of resources out there for them. It's so convoluted, the system, they don't even know where to start
Yeah.
to access all these resources. So not only can they own a business, come back as valuable citizens, impacting communities, creating legacies, they actually have government opportunities to help fund that, to now go out to the masses and make a new wave. And imagine all these veterans that are out there that might be challenged, they're not looking for sympathy or a handout.
Oh no, because they're heroes. I mean, they were fighting for the country. Come on, those people are not the people want to be having like hands out or sympathy. They were working.
Do you know what they're missing?
Yeah,
Is their new purpose.
absolutely.
So let's empower them with
Yeah.
purpose, and if you give that to them,
oh my goodness, yeah.
they will stand up, they will fight, they will go out, and they will create businesses that will change the world.
Yeah. Well, I think that came probably from your heart because you grew up and then you had the title of being a child, moving from place to place. Who are you if you didn't come from a family like you were lost in
In
the
the shuffle.
world in the world? Is that maybe what I'm going
you know
to?
what?
And that's how your heart was like, okay, I
Okay,
didn't have
this is cheating. You're not supposed to show how close we are as friends because that was very, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that was it. You know,
Yeah.
I sat down and my
But
whole life.
I just felt that's exactly your passion, what you
Yeah.
went through in life. You want to give hope to somebody because you know how. Because you know how.
I think I can relate to them because I felt invisible through all of that time. And here these amazing soldiers, men and women, fighting for something bigger, not even understanding,
Yeah.
but they come back and they're invisible. I see them. I want to empower
Well,
them.
let me tell you something. It is hard to fight, but it is harder to fight for your life.
Absolutely.
And then you, my dear friend, you knew how to fight for yourself. You and I learned how to fight for ourselves. And it's not many people have that talent. It's not a talent. It's just we had to fight
Right.
to get to where we're at. And now we have compassion
Absolutely.
for someone. They know how to fight for the country, but fighting for themselves, that is another skill.
Absolutely.
And then you show them that. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you so much.
But this show is about empowering humanity
Yep.
and through inspiration and education. And that's exactly what you are. You're an inspiration and you bring education.
I try. I try.
You try. No, you don't try. You are. You are, my dear. I cannot thank you enough for being who you are, the beautiful from inside out, and sharing the wisdom and knowledge that you gained throughout your childhood. And I know that is not easy to go through. You did it, and you're sharing other people. You're sharing the knowledge you gained. You're giving other people hope and let them see light through darkness. I really admire you for doing that. You didn't keep it just for yourself. You're giving it to the world. Thank you so much for coming on my show.
It's my
Appreciate
pleasure.
you.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you. And for all of you out there, I really encourage you to get to know this beautiful soul who is sharing all the knowledge she gained throughout her journey to help you see your life in a different perspective. And I hope you enjoyed the show. Until next time, keep smiling and shining.